Is it possible to be extravagant in 2021 with a starting budget of nothing? Let's find out. Hi there, and welcome back. Today, guys, I am in New York City. Wow! This is the destination that I had set out for from the beginning. There's so much satisfaction in accomplishing a goal that you set your heart on. Now, at the start, I wanted this vlog to be an adventure. I had gotten so cooped up in my house from 2020 and my dad died. So there was this burgeoning inside of my soul that I needed to do something meaningful. So I packed up my bags and started driving. The destination? Here! Guys, again, I made it. Okay, let's get into our goals. Number one, I want to have the biggest giveaway that I've had on this channel yet. Now, I plan to do that a little bit differently this time, but for now, just know that it's coming. Number two, I want to pay off my engagement ring. So what I've decided to do is venture out on a New York hustle. I booked an Airbnb for 3 nights, so I plan to be dashing in New York City for at least 3 days. I would like to make it 5, but for now, we're just gonna see what door opens. Okay, back to the engagement. For those of you that are just tuning in, I just proposed to my girlfriend in Boston. I got her a couple of placeholder rings. They were like $10 a pop, and I wanted to get her a much more extravagant ring, because she's totally worth it. So, for the next few days, I'm gonna earn money to pay for this thing. Ooh, I got lots of motivation because I want to put a really nice ring on that finger. And because I wanted to show you guys that it is possible to take big leaps even before you have an extravagant plan. Now, I'm not saying never be prepared. What I'm saying is that sometimes in life, we tend to wait a long time for permission to do something extraordinary. For instance, we wait for retirement before we start living our lives, and we wait on approval before taking the risk we only dreamed of taking. And let's be honest, a lot of us wait until our bank accounts are swelling before we start contributing back to society. I don't want that for me, and I don't want that for you. So what am I saying? I'm saying plan, yes. But if it's in your power, wait a little less on permission to live your life and be the change you always wanted to be. Okay, that is enough of my rant. So let's take a look at the map of New York City. Here it is in all of its splendor. I'm surprised I'm not seeing a whole lot of plus peak pays right now, but it is still lit red so I could dash. As you can see, there are the 5 boroughs of New York City. Currently, we are in Queens. Right below it, there is Brooklyn. Then we have the Bronx, Manhattan, and Staten Island down here. The plan is to do it section by section so that I have different content for the vlog, but we'll let the zones tell that story. For now, we're gonna start in Queens because that's where I'm staying. Y'all ready for this? I am, so let's go. First order, Popeye, $7.50 at 2.3 miles. Let's get to the start of it in old New York. Chick-fil-A, $4 at 2.9 miles. Come on now. I'm delivering food to your crazy apartments. Chick-fil-A, $8.50 at 4.3 miles. That fits the bill. Hot sweating. I'm leaving today. I repeat, do not take that small of a stacked order in New York City. It will waste your time. So I'm gonna take a little break and do a little mid-session update. Queens, you're doing okay. You're matching everything else on the East Coast so far because I've made a little bit. And by a little bit, I'm not being facetious. You see guys, I have made $67.25 in, ready for this? 5 hours, which brings my hourly to $13.45 an hour. This is much better than Hartford, though it's not really much better. One thing I could really appreciate about Queens is that every order doesn't slap me across the face like it does in Hartford. At least over here, there are a few orders that actually make you feel like you're human. But those orders are needle in a haystack kind of orders. Yeah, you've got to decline through a whole lot of straw just to find that one little needle. And once you found that needle, you realize it's not as splendid as you thought it might be. Dashing over here makes me really miss California right now. Other than those thoughts, I think that Postmates and Uber Eats might be better options over here. I was waiting in an IHOP for my order and I realized that there were a couple of people in line waiting for their Postmates orders. So I'm thinking that is a more popular app over here. Unfortunately, I haven't applied for that, but I probably should soon. DoorDash? No offense, but I'm gonna have to spread my wings. You're still king on the West Coast, but over here, well, I need all the help I could get. All right, it's time to get back to it. So let's make that money. We're gonna need to change our strategy. I decided to head down south to see what Queens was really like, and ever since I did that, I haven't gotten a single order. In fact, I haven't gotten a single order for a whole hour. I think that my app's broken because there's a plus $3 peak pay over here, and yeah, not a single bite. Check this out. Really big red heat map right here, and yet I'm not getting anything at all. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is head back to the western part of Queens and see how we fare over there. to work for your money out here. Queens, you are definitely a sight to see. But am I glad this shift is over? Oh, you better bet I am. Something you better do when you dash in Queens is up the amount you get paid per mile. I definitely wouldn't advise taking anything below $2 per mile. I broke that rule today and I paid the price. Don't make the same mistake that I did. Altogether, we made $151 in 11 hours. That is a grand total of $13.73 per hour. Now, I don't know what the cost of living is out here in Queens, but you probably wouldn't be able to get by on DoorDash. It might supplement you some, but to do it as full-time work, I might have to do some research on that to give you a better answer. Anyhow, that's it for now. I'll see you in Brooklyn.